Hello all, welcome to session 107. In this session, I am going to practically demonstrate handling frames in Selenium Python. So let's get started. Before I demonstrate how to handle the frames in Selenium Python, let me first demonstrate what will happen if you don't handle the frames. For that, I'll take the sample application where I have a chapter 1 link here. I want to simply click on this link using the Selenium Python automation code. Let me write the Selenium Python automation code for clicking on this chapter 1 link here. For that, I'll open this PyCharm IDE where I have this Python file having some sample Selenium automation code already written for opening the Chrome browser, for maximizing the browser window, and for taking you to this application URL page. Once you are taken to this application URL page, I want to click on this chapter 1 link. For that, I'll inspect this chapter 1 and I'll get the HTML code for this chapter 1. And by looking at this HTML code, I can clearly see that we can create a locator, that is a link text locator for locating this chapter 1 link. I'll copy this link text and I'll go to this script, and here I'll write down driver dot find element by link text. The double quotes, I'll provide the link text locator and say dot click, nothing much. Okay, so if I run this code, it should work, right? Everything I provided correctly. Okay, this link text, everything is provided correctly, but you are going to get an exception in the output, guys. Let me run this code. Even the chapter 1 link is not going to be clicked on the application. If you see here in the application, after navigating to this application, the chapter 1 link is not going to be clicked. Let's wait for the application to load completely. You see, guys, the application page has been loaded now, but it has not clicked on the chapter 1 link. If you go here, you see chapter 1 link is not clicked. If you go to the PyCharm ID in the output, you already got an exception saying no such element exception. But I gave the proper or correct locator only, right? Still, we are not able to click on this chapter 1 link. Even after giving a correct locator here, we are unable to click this chapter 1 link on this page. What may be the reason, guys? The locator, there is no problem with the locator, but still there is a problem, guys. The problem here is if you go to this application and see where this chapter 1 is, if you right click somewhere around this chapter 1, can you see this chapter 1 link is inside a frame, guys? View frame source, reload frame options are coming, right? Wherever this chapter 1 is there, if you just surrounded by, if you click on right click here, you are getting view frame source, reload frame. This chapter 1 is inside a frame, guys. That is the problem. So this session is all about how to handle the frames. If you don't handle the frames, you will get this kind of no such element exception even after you give a proper locator. But how to handle the frames then? Now we need to know how to handle the frames, right? How to handle the frames. For that, guys, we have to find out in which frame this chapter 1 link is there. Okay, inside which frame this chapter 1 link is there. For that, there are two ways. Right click inspect. Okay, right click inspect. I'll go with the traditional way, guys. First, I'll go with the traditional way. It is a bit difficult to find where this is. So when I inspect this chapter 1, this is the HTML code of this chapter 1. And if I go back to the parent nodes, okay, for this anchor tag, what is the parent? Li is the parent. For this Li, ul is the parent. For this ul, this particular div is the parent. For this div, this body is a parent. Then for this body, HTML is a parent. For HTML, you see iframe. This is the iframe. This is the frame inside which the chapter 1 is available. If you clearly observe this frame, guys, it has some ID locator. Copy this ID locator. What we have to do is before we click on this chapter 1 link, we have to switch to this frame, guys. Okay. What we have to do? Before I click on this chapter 1 link using Selenium Python, I have to first switch to the frame inside which this chapter 1 is there. How to switch to the frame? Okay, this is what we are going to do, guys. Okay, first we are going to, before clicking on this chapter 1 link, from this page, we are going to switch to this frame. Okay, to the frame inside which chapter 1 is available. After switching to the frame like this, then you are going to click on this chapter 1 link. First, we have to switch to the frame, guys. How to switch? To switch to the frame, you have to see the HTML code of this frame, guys. You have to see the HTML code of this frame. It has some ID locator. Okay. This is one way of finding the frame, guys. Other way is using the selectors hub. Okay. If you right click inspect this and go to the selectors hub functionality here. So let me inspect again this chapter 1 link. Okay. It's not inspecting here. What's happening? Inspect. I think some other thing is getting inspected, guys. Let's leave it. Let's refresh the page once and let's inspect again the chapter one link. Chapter one link inspected. This is the HTML code of the chapter one. Go to the selector sub. Now it's not okay. I will turn it on. Turn it on. Okay, I'll turn it on and try to inspect. Okay, it might be comment or iframe from different source. It is saying okay, it's not able to locate. Selector sub is not going to help in this case. That's fine. So if you right click inspect, the only traditional way is working, where this is inside a iframe. This is inside a iframe. This particular thing is inside a iframe. But most of the selector, most of the UI elements inside the iframe can be located using selector sub, guys. I'll show you later. For now, this chapter one is not supporting the selector sub. That's fine. So for now, we'll go with the traditional way where you see this anchor tag is inside the iframe. It has some ID, guys. Okay, using this ID, we can switch to this iframe. Okay, before clicking on this chapter one link, we have to switch to this iframe and then we have to click on this link. So how to switch to the iframe? For that, we have to see the HTML code which has the ID locator, copy the ID locator, go here. Here, before clicking this chapter one link, which is there inside the iframe, we have to write driver dot, switch to dot, there's something known as frame option. Okay, inside this frame, in the double quotes, provide the ID locator, that's it. First, you have to switch to the iframe, then you have to perform the operation. Okay, before switching to the iframe or before handling this frame, if you directly perform operations, you are going to get no such element exception. But after you switch to the iframe, in which this chapter one link is available, then you will be able to click. Here, which locator I used? ID locator. Okay, so we can switch to the iframes using the ID locator of the frames. Okay, by looking at the HTML code here, we can find out what is the locator of this frame. Okay, so now let me run this code, guys. This time it should work. It should click on the chapter one link. Run this. Did it click? No, right? Let me run it again. There may be some mistake or something. Let me run it again. Okay, it's not clicking, guys. There is some problem still. What is that problem? But no issue is coming here. After you switch to the iframe 2, is that correct? Let me cross check whatever the things I have given here. Let me go to this and inspect this. Iframe 2 is a correct ID locator. Under that, we have this chapter 1 link text. That's fine. Everything is fine, but why it's not working? Any mistake I am doing? Let me see this time. Final time. Yeah, it has clicked, guys. Okay, sometimes it's not working. I don't know why. But you see, it has clicked on the chapter 1 link. You got this page, chapter 1 page. Okay, this is a chapter 1 page itself. So fine, guys. Okay, it's working. So we have to first switch to the frame and then we have to click on the chapter 1 link. Okay, chapter 1 link. Fine. So this is how, guys, we have to handle the frames, but there are a lot of things I have to explain about frames, guys. It's not enough. What if here in this case, this chapter 1 is inside an iframe, right? This chapter 1 is inside an iframe, this particular iframe, which is having ID locator. What if the ID locator is not there? What you are going to do? I'll take that example, guys. I'll go to another page, website, say Java API docs. I'll simply search for Java API docs 8, something like this, and I'll get this URL, guys. Click on this URL. You'll be taken to this Java platform SE8 to this particular page. So there is something known as description here, right? Can you see something known as description here? I want to click on this description link. I just want to click on the description. If I manually click, guys, I'm taken to the bottom of the page, okay? If I manually click on this description, you are taken to the bottom of the page like this, okay? Automatically. I want to click on this link, guys, okay? That's what I want to do. I'll copy this URL and I'll go to this script, and here in place of this omai.blogspot.com, I'll give the new URL, and here, after going to this application, I want to click on this description, right? Right click, inspect this description. It is a link text again. Copy this. So here, driver dot find element by link text. Okay. Dot. Then I'll say click. That's it. Okay. Simple line. Now run this code. You are going to get an exception, guys, because this description link is inside a frame that we have not seen from the UI yet. Okay. Let's see what will happen. Okay, you say nothing happened. It has not taken to you to the, if the description link has been clicked, you will be taken to the bottom of the page, but that doesn't happen. So let's go to this PyCharm ID. You can see no such element exception. Even though you gave a correct locator also, the description link has not been clicked. The reason may be, if you right click somewhere around this description, you see view frame source, reload frame options are coming. That means this description is inside some frame. Right click, inspect this. This is HTML code. If you see the parent of this anchor tag P is there, under above P, parent is div. For this div, body is a parent. For this body, HTML is a parent. For this HTML, frame is a parent. Okay, this is a frame is a parent. Does it have any ID locator, guys? In order to click on this description, as mentioned earlier, I have to first switch to this frame. For that, do I have any ID locator for switching to this frame? No. So the next possible locator I have is the name locator. Can you see name here? Name is equal to class frame. Copy this. Okay, using the name locator, I'm going to locate this frame and switch to this frame. After that, I will click on the description, which is there inside the frame. So here, before clicking on the description, I'll write a statement where I will switch to the frame first. Driver.switch to dot frame of. Instead of ID locator, I'm providing name locator this time. Let's see whether it will work or not. Run it. This time it should work, guys. Okay, you should click on the description link and you should be taken to the bottom of the page. You see, you are taken to the bottom of the page and you see there is no exception here. That means description link has been clicked. And also, guys, I was saying, right, if you are inspecting this description, okay, if you are inspecting this description, we have to traditionally find whether this particular, by scrolling up in this elements tab to see whether this particular anchor tag is inside a frame or not. The other way is using selector sub, right? Let's see whether selector sub is going to help us or not. You see here in this example, guys, selector sub is saying that this particular inspected element, that is description, is inside a frame. It is saying. Can you see here? It is inside the frame, and also it is providing the locator for not only the description link text, okay, but also it's providing the locator, auto-generating the locator for frame. Okay, this is one advantage of selector sub, guys. Okay, so you don't have to even create a ID locator or name locator for the frame. You see, some web element has been created for frame. I mean, XPath locator has been created for frame, and you can use this XPath to switch to the frame before clicking on this description. Okay, link text. Okay, description link text is for this one, and this is the XPath for frame. So selector sub is helping us. Okay, it's making our job easy. So that's fine, guys. That's fine. So we'll go with few more examples, guys. Frame concept is not so simple, guys. Okay, whatever I explained is only basic. Okay, there is more for the frames. Okay, there's more related to frames, guys. So we can also switch to the frames using web element. Okay, we can also switch to the frames using web element. So for that, again, I will go with the same example, omai.blogspot.com. I'll go to this omai.blogspot.com. Again, I want to click on this chapter 1 link. So copy this, I'll provide this here. So if you don't switch to the frame and directly trying to click on the chapter 1 link using the link text locator, it will not happen, right? As we already seen earlier, right? If I copy this, driver dot find element by link text. If I say dot click, it will not work. This thing will not work, okay? Because we have to switch to the frame before clicking on that chapter 1 link. You'll get an exception again, okay? As the exception came earlier, the same thing will happen again. You see, if you go to this PyCharm ID, you got an exception already. So we have to switch to the frame. There are two ways, guys, for switching to the frame. First way is like, we have to use ID locator, right? Using the ID locator of the frame, we can switch to the frame. Other way for switching to the frame is using the name locator. If ID and name are not possible, the third way is by using the web element. We have to create a web element for the frame, and using that web element, we have to switch to the frame. So how to create the web element for this frame? For example, this chapter 1 is inside the frame. Okay, this chapter 1 is inside the frame. How to create web element for this particular frame? Where is that frame? So here is the anchor tag, go, and this is iframe. Okay, how to create the web element for this frame? So I'll create something like this using selector sub. I'll create something here. If I select this, you see this is a XPath. This is a XPath, right? I'll copy the XPath for this frame in which this chapter 1 link is available. Okay, so I'll copy this. I'll create an web element, driver.find element by XPath. Provide the XPath, and I'll store this into a frame. Which frame? Let's say I'll call this as iframe2 is equal to. Now, if I don't have the ID and name, I can use XPath or CSS selector, whatever it is. Okay. Now I'll say driver dot switch to dot frame of this iframe2. That's it. Okay. You have to provide the web element. for that particular frame. If that particular frame doesn't have, here in this case we have ID, guys. What if this ID locator is not there? What you are going to do? You're going to use XPath or CSS selector and store that into web element, and you have to switch to the frame using that web element. That's it. Now run this code. This should work, guys. You should click on the chapter 1 link by switching to the frame using the web element instead of ID or name. You see, it has clicked on the chapter 1 link. So chapter 1 page came here. Fine, guys. Hope you are able to understand this 3 ways of switching to the frame. Switching to the frame using ID, switching to the frame using name, switching to the frame using web element, okay, of that particular frame. Now, let's move into the advanced topics of frames and how to handle them in Selenium Python. So the frames concept is not as simple as whatever I explained till now. Okay, this is a simple frame, guys. Inside the frame directly the link is there, but there are more complex frames. Okay, let me explain that frames for you. So I'll go to this application, guys. This application has this complex frames. I call that as a nested frames. Here you see they are calling it as a nested frames. I'll open this application URL here. Okay, these are the nested frames, guys. Whatever you're seeing here is a nested frames. I want to retrieve the left, middle, right, and bottom. Okay, first I want to retrieve this left. I want first retrieve the left text. So if you inspect this, guys, if you right click here, you see this left is inside a frame. Can you see here? View, frame, reload frame. That means this left is inside a frame. Let's right click inspect. Let's right click inspect, and you see this is HTML code for this left option, guys. This left is inside the frame. And if you go up, guys, another frame is there on the top. Okay. You see how this page is structured is basically there are, okay, this page is divided into 2 frames, guys, at a high level. Okay. This is upper frame and this is the bottom frame, top frame and bottom frame. You can see the UI, guys, when I hover the mouse on the top frame, all this left, middle, and right are on the top frames. And in the bottom, this bottom is inside the bottom frame. If I expand this frame, guys, one of the parent frame, inside that there is child frames. Okay, there are, how many child frames are there? 1, 2, 3. You can see the UI, guys, on the top. If I hover the mouse on this first frame, left frame is coming. Inside the top frame, there is a left frame, middle frame, and right frame. And inside the bottom frame, okay, inside the bottom frame, there is only one frame. Okay, inside the bottom frame, there is only, this is the frame itself. Okay, this is the frame itself, it seems. Let's open the document and see if you have anything else. Okay, this is the frame itself. Okay, the bottom is inside the directly in the bottom frame itself directly. But coming to the top one, there are 2 ways, right? So this is how it is structured. The page is structured like this. Let's say this is a page, guys. Inside the page, there is a top frame and there is a bottom frame. Okay, top frame and bottom frame. So inside the top frame, there are again 3 child frames: left frame, middle frame, and right frame. In the bottom frame, directly the frame itself is there. Okay, this is the bottom frame. So what we have to do here, there is some text like left text inside this frame, which is inside the top frame. Okay, there are 2 frames here. You see, this is the parent frame, top parent frame, and this is the left frame inside that. Okay, left frame. And here middle frame, inside the middle frame, this middle text is there. Inside the right frame, right text is there. And directly inside the bottom frame, bottom text is there. Okay, this is the structure of this page, guys. Now I want to retrieve this particular text, left, middle, right, and bottom from this page. How to do that? So if you are able to retrieve this left, middle, right, and bottom, then you will understand all these frames concepts from this session. Okay. So let's go one by one. Okay. First, I want to retrieve the left frame. Okay. Left text from this frame. So how to do that? If I go to this application, guys, if I inspect this here, and as you can see here, guys, we have a top frame. Inside the top frame, we have child frame. Inside the child frame, we have this left. So can I directly retrieve the text without switching to the frames? That's not possible. Okay, that's not possible, right? We cannot directly get this particular text from the frames. So how to get this text? Okay, if you go to the selector sub, it's saying that yes, this particular thing is inside the frames. It's giving you some auto-generated code also at the same time. It's making your job easy. 2 frames it is giving, top frame and left frame. We have to switch to the top frame first, then switch to the left frame. Okay, under the body tag, we have this text. Under the body tag, we have the text, that is left text. Okay, let's try to get it. So, we now know that there are 2 frames, parent and child. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to first switch to the parent frame, and then from there we have to switch to the child frame, and then we have to use this thing to retrieve this particular text. So here, let me explain again, guys. So here, so this is a page, guys. Outer line is a page. Inside that page, top frame is there. So you cannot directly get the text. Left text you cannot directly get. Okay, you cannot directly get the left text. First, you have to switch to the top parent. Okay, first you have to switch to the top parent. After switching to the top parent, you have to switch to the left frame. 2 times you have to switch. First, you have to switch to the top parent frame. Then you have to switch to the left frame. Then you can retrieve this particular text, guys. Okay, let's do that. So here I'll remove all this code, and I'll simply remove this URL and change this URL with this URL in which we have this nested frames. Okay, I'll provide this URL. After that, what we have to do? In order to retrieve this left text, first we have to switch to the top frame. Okay, the selector sub is already giving the XPath expressions and all for the top frame. Where is the top frame? This is the top frame, guys. Okay, for this, what is XPath? You see, this is XPath. Top frame XPath. Okay, we have to first switch to this XPath frame. Using this XPath, we have to switch to the top frame. Here I'll write top underscore frame is equal to driver dot switch to dot frame of. I have to provide the XPath. Okay, so I cannot provide like this, guys. I cannot provide like this. So I have to say top underscore frame underscore element. Okay, web element. I have to create the web element. Driver dot find element by XPath. Here provide the XPath. So now we have to use this top frame web element here. Okay, using the web element, we are switching to the top frame. So we have switched to the top frame here. Now after switching to the top frame, what we have to do? After coming here, then we have again switched to the child frame. There are 2 frames here. There is a frame inside another frame, nested frames. First we have to switch to the top frame, parent frame, and then from parent frame we have to switch to the child frame. That is left frame. So how to switch to the left frame here? I'll write. I'll create a web element for left frame. Left underscore frame underscore element is equal to driver dot find element by XPath. Here selector sub has already generated the auto generated the iframe for us for left frame. Okay, this is the left frame. You can see here. This is the left frame. So I'll provide this, and now I'll say. Okay, so here we don't have to write this statement, guys. Driver dot switch to frame is enough. After that, I have to write driver dot switch to dot frame of. Switch to frame of. Here I'll say left frame element. Okay. First we have to create the web elements for top frame and left frame, and then switch to the top frame and then switch to the left frame, which is left frame is inside the top frame. So we have to switch it later. After switching to the left frame, then I have to get this text. Okay. Left text is inside the body tags. Okay. Inside the body tags. So how to get this text, guys? Anyway, we can get it's between the body tags. So we can write something like driver dot find element by XPath. After switching to the frames, top and child frames, then I'll write the code like /body and say dot text. This will retrieve the text between the tags, guys. Okay, in the body tags. So here I'll say left frame text is equal to. Now print this out. The first activity, guys. Okay, this is the first activity. You should be able to print this frame text. Okay, text that is there inside the left frame, which is there inside the top frame. Okay. So what should be printed here? Left text should be printed in the output if this works correctly. Okay, right click run. Let's go to the PyCharm ID. You got an exception, guys. We got an exception here. As you can see here, we got an exception. So what is that? /frame @name is equal to frame left. Okay, so XPath. So this is not locatable. It's saying left frame is not being locatable. Okay, fine. What we can do then? So this is name, guys. @name is equal to frame top is their name. We can use a name locator also. It's we don't have to give the XPath here. Simply here we have to mention the name frame top. Under the frame top we have frame left name locator. Let's give. I don't know why these XPath expressions are not working. That's fine. We can remove that. So let's do it again. So here I will say print left frame text. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let's go to this PyCharm ID. You see, we got this text. Okay, we were able to locate using the name, guys. Okay, we are able to switch to the frame using the name locator. Directly we can give the name locator here. Okay, so no need to create an XPath here in this case, because you see this frame's having the name locator, frame left. And as explained in the previous examples, right, if any frames have the name locator, you can use that ID or name you can use for switching. You don't have to create the elements. Directly switching is possible using the name locator. Okay, you don't have to create the web elements. Fine, this is working, guys. So far so good. So next what is the next activity that I have to do? Now at this moment where I am, guys, I switch it to the top frame, then switch to the left frame. I retrieve this particular text. Now I want to retrieve the middle text. Next thing is that I want to retrieve the middle text. Can I switch from here to here? Is it possible? Can I switch from left frame to middle frame? Is it possible? The answer is not possible. You cannot switch from left frame to the middle frame directly. That is not possible. Then what we have to do? In order to switch from left frame to the middle frame, which are siblings, right? Here left, middle and right are brothers and sisters. But still you cannot switch from brother to sister or sister to brother. That's not possible. So what we have to do here is, here we have to go back to the parent frame. Okay. From from here, top frame, you came to the left frame, right? Child frame. From this child frame, again, you have to go to the parent frame. And again, from parent frame, you have to come to the middle frame. That's what is the process, guys. This process is not possible. Okay. Directly from left to middle is not possible. If you want to come from left to middle, you have to go back to the parent, and from parent, you have to come back to the middle frame. That is only possible. So how to go back to the parent frame then in that case? How to switch back to the parent frame? There's a direct command, guys. Driver dot switch to dot. There's a command known as parent frame. Okay. You will be switching back to the parent frame here. Okay. You will be switching back from the left frame to the left child frame to the parent frame. Now from the parent frame, you can switch back to the middle frame. So let's inspect this middle and see what is the frame and all. So here name locator is there, guys. Okay, name locator is there. I'll copy this. Now the control is there at the parent frame. From the parent frame, we can switch to the middle frame. Okay, using the name locator of the middle frame. Using the name locator of the middle frame, we can switch to the middle frame. Copy this and say here driver dot switch to dot frame of. Using the name locator of the middle frame, we can switch directly to the middle frame from the parent frame. Okay, fine. Now after switching to the middle frame, guys, under the middle frame somewhere here inside the div, we have this middle text. Okay, middle text. It has ID locator, guys. I can copy this ID locator. Copy. I'll simply say like this: driver dot find element. Sorry, I want to retrieve this particular text, right? I want to retrieve and print this particular middle text in the output. For that, this text is between this tags, between this div tags, which has ID locator. I'll copy this ID locator and I'll simply say driver dot find element by ID. Provide the ID locator for that particular element and say dot text. Okay, this one is middle frame text. Middle underscore frame underscore text is equal to. Now I'll print it out. Okay, I'll print the middle frame text. Fine, let me run this code and I'll quit the browser also, guys. I'll quit the browser at the end. So after running, so we have to see the output in the output console. First, left text should be retrieved and printed. After that, middle. Okay, you see, we were able to retrieve the left and middle. That means we are able to switch between the frames. So this everything happened so far. We switch it to the parent frame, top parent frame. After that, inside the top parent frame, we have this child left frame. We switch it there. Since direct frame to frame sibling frame switching is not possible, we have to switch back to the parent frame. And from parent, we switch it back to the middle frame. Okay, we switch it to the middle child frame. That's fine. Now from here, is it possible to switch from middle to right? Is it possible, guys? From sibling frame switching is possible? The answer is no again. What is the solution? Then how to get this text? Again, the same process, guys. Okay. What we have to do here is we have to switch back from this middle frame to the parent frame. Again, from parent frame to the right frame. Okay. Again, we have to do the same thing. We have to switch back to the parent frame, and from the parent frame, we have to switch to the right child frame. Okay. So how to do that? For that, again, go here. I inspect this right here. Right click inspect. So it also has a name locator, guys. You see frame right is there. Copy this. So before switching to this directly from middle to right, we have to switch back to the parent, right? So let me switch back to the parent. How to switch back to the parent? Here I'll say driver dot frame, switch to frame, switch to dot. Instead of frame, I will say parent frame. Okay, I'll switch back directly to the, there is a direct command known as parent frame, using which I'm switching back to the parent frame here, top parent frame here. From the top parent frame, I want to switch to the right child frame. Okay, so for that already I mentioned, right, there is a locator. So here you see frame right. For this frame, we have the name locator is there. Copy this. So we'll use a name locator here. I'll say driver dot switch to dot frame of. Using the name locator, we'll switch to the right frame. Now, after switching to the right frame, I want to retrieve this particular text. I want to retrieve this right text from the right frame. So where is the text actually? Inside the body text? You can see /body is fine, right? We can give /body and get this particular text. So driver dot find element by XPath, provide /body, provide sorry, I gave reverse /body. And inside the body text, we have this right text, right? So I'll say dot text command of Selenium Python. And here I will say right underscore frame underscore text is equal to like this. Now I'll print it out, print right frame text, and I'll quit the browser. Okay, let's see this time, apart from this left and middle in the output, we should also get the right text if this is working fine. Okay, we got the required output, guys. First left frame text got printed, then middle frame, then right frame text got printed. Fine. Now the next activity, what we have to do after printing, after retrieving and printing left, middle, and right, I want to get this bottom, guys. Can I directly go from here to here? Can I directly go from this right frame to bottom frame? Is it possible? This right frame is inside the parent frame, and this is the bottom frame. This is direct thing is not possible, guys. Okay, we cannot go directly here. So what we have to do here? So here, first we have to switch from this right child frame to the top frame. From the top frame, we have to switch to the parent page. From the parent's page, from this parent page, we have to switch to the bottom frame. And now we have to retrieve the text. This is the process, guys. 3 steps. We have to switch back to the parent frame. From parent, we have to switch to the parent page. From the page, we have to switch to the bottom frame. That's what is required here. Okay, let's do that in action. So here, first thing is we have to switch back to the parent frame. How to switch back to the parent frame? Simple. Driver dot switch to dot parent frame. That's it, right? It will take you to the parent frame, this top parent frame. From top parent to bottom parent is not possible. Okay, these are sibling frames, guys. This connection is not possible. Okay, sibling to sibling switching is not possible between the frames. So we have to go to the top level than the siblings. What is that? The top level, we have the page itself. Okay, we have to switch to the page. How to switch to the page? Default page. Driver dot switch to dot. There's a command known as default content. This will take the control back to the parent page in which these frames are there. Now we are at the page level. From the page, again, we have to switch to this bottom frame. So if I right click inspect this bottom here, guys, you can see that this is inside a frame, that is bottom frame directly in the page. Okay, copy this bottom frame, the name locator. So here I'll say, after switching to the page level, I'll say driver dot switch to dot frame of. Directly I'll say from the page, I'll switch to the bottom frame. Okay, I'll switch to the bottom frame. I'll copy this, guys, again. Copy this bottom frame, name locator. I'm switching to the bottom frame. After switching to the bottom frame, what I want to do inside this, I want to retrieve this particular text which is there between the body tags. Can you see here? Bottom text is also there in the body tags, right? This body tags. So I'll say /body, driver dot find element by XPath, /body dot text. Here I'll say bottom underscore frame underscore text is equal to like this, and print this bottom frame text. That's it. Okay, print this bottom frame text. Now run this code, right click, run it. We should get all the text from all the frames. Okay, left, middle, right, and bottom should be printed here. Left, middle, right, and bottom. You see, we are able to successfully switch between the frames. But this is a process, guys. Okay, this is a process you have to clearly follow while switching to the frames. Sibling to sibling switching is not possible. If you have to switch to any other sibling frame, you have to go back to the parent frame and switch to the sibling frame. Okay. Okay, these are the nested frames, guys. If you understand this nested frames, that means you have clearly understood how to handle the frames. Okay. So normal frames and nested frames, how to handle, you have learned in this session. Okay, it's not only about handling frames and nested frames. Fine. So that's it, guys. This is all about the how to handle the frames in Selenium Python. So that's it. See you in the next video session. Thank you. Bye.